Yo, what's up everybody? Jumping here, and I am back with my Noob's guide for Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Alrighty, to start this episode, we're going to be fighting multiple mini-bosses. We're going to be trying to take out all the headless enemies. I said I was going to do that in this episode. But before we can do that, there is going to be an upgrade material that we need to get from another mini-boss. Because if we use prosthetic tools, we can actually make the headless enemies really easy. Same with this mini boss we're about to fight. We can make this one really easy if we upgrade our prosthetic tool. Now, one thing I forgot to do at the end of the last episode was actually finish off the headless ape here, because when you fight them in the gank squad afterwards, you can actually go ahead and finish this guy off with the mortal blade, and this is going to sever his immortality, and it's also going to give us a new Nijitsu move, which is really cool. It's going to be a weapon buff that we can do, and that is epic. So there it is. We just got it. And now we are going to head back to the temple so that we can go ahead and get another prosthetic tool for this mini boss that we're about to fight. Now the boss is going to be in this location, so we're going to have to return here. And this prosthetic tool will make this fight kind of a joke, honestly. So I'm going to cut this ahead, and I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty guys, well I am back at the temple, and I already got the prosthetic tool that I want for this mini boss. That is going to be the Phoenix's umbrella. What this will do is allow us to block apparition type attacks, mainly the attacks that will inflict us with terror. And the mini boss we're about to fight is a laser shooting mini boss, and the big deal with the second time round when you fight it, it's going to shoot its laser a lot more often, and because of that it's really kind of hard to dodge. But with this we can completely block it. And we can actually use this offensively as well. This is something I haven't talked about with the umbrella. But what's really cool is the follow-up attack that you can do with it. Now you have to go down that one skill tree and grab that skill. But once you have it, the attack is actually really good. Now one thing about the attack is whenever you're blocking damage, the umbrella is going to start to smoke. If you see it smoking, that means that it is ready and at full power for the follow-up attack. Now, depending on the type of umbrella you have, it's going to change the attack. Now, with this one, the Phoenix one, it's going to do a Divine Confetti attack, which is going to do great damage to apparition-type enemies, like this mini-boss, and also the Headless mini-boss as well. But the only downside to that attack is if you have a weapon buff on, for example, like a Divine Confetti, if you actually do this, it will actually take the buff off your weapon. So keep that in mind. That's the only real downside to that. But this is a fantastic attack, and we can use this to cheese the final boss of the game, which I think I actually might do, because the final boss is really hard, but if you use the umbrella, it's actually really easy. And I've been thinking about how I want to show you guys how to fight that thing, and I think the umbrella strategy is probably the best one, at least the easiest one. Now, one thing we're trying to get here is another prosthetic tool for the headless enemies and for a future boss in the game, and that is going to be this whistle. Now we need the upgrade material, that's why we're going to fight this one mini boss to get that. But this will actually destroy apparition type enemies, it will actually stun them, and it will make them kind of a joke. You're going to see that in the headless fight. So if you can get this, this is actually a really good thing. You have to get the Phoenix umbrella to get this, which is good because we can actually use this to actually fight the mini boss to get the upgrade material. So now, I am going to go ahead and head back to the hidden forest, and then go back to that one spot where we fought the gank squad of the guardian apes, and we can actually now utilize our brand new prosthetic tool to absolutely destroy this mini boss. Alrighty, well we need to go ahead and head back over to where we fought the gank squad of the guardian apes, and the mini boss is going to be there now. We're going to start this fight with a Divine Confetti, and we're going to break it because this thing likes to jump in the air, and we can go ahead and do the mid-air death blow on it, and that will be phase 1, so that's going to be really easy. And in phase 2 of the fight, we are really just going to go ahead and use the umbrella for that phase. Now if you want to, go ahead and use the Tanto, because you might run out of spirit emblems doing this. You don't have to wait for the umbrella to smoke every single time, but it is a good idea to try to let it smoke, because that will actually help you and it will do more damage. So let's go ahead and use a Divine Confetti now. We've been going through these like crazy, but we can still farm them at this point of the game. But let's go ahead and hop down, and we will attack this thing until it will like break. Once it breaks, now just Teabag of Doom is going to attack us, and wait for it to jump in the air. So it's going to jump in the air. We can jump after it, get the midair death blow on it. Now we're going to wait for it to spawn, and then we're going to use the umbrella. So let's see, where is it going to spawn? There it is. Let's try to get close to it. Use the umbrella, block that. Now it might go for 2 lasers, or it might not. So let's attack it. All right, it blocked that, but we did damage to it, so that's good. Now it's definitely going to spawn over here. So let's get our umbrella ready. It would have been better to rush it. I should have actually rushed the other side. Now it's going to do a second laser. Trust me, it's really, really hard to dodge the lasers from this thing. Right there, I smacked it. Oh my god. Whoa, that's crazy. Because I smacked it when it was in the air, I pretty much killed it. Broke its posture. But that's really cool, man. Like, definitely the umbrella is amazing for this fight, but we just got the upgrade material that we need for the whistle. So now I'm going to go ahead and head back. I'm going to get the whistle. I'm not going to show that. But then we will go and fight all of the headless enemies. So I'm going to cut this ahead, and I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty guys, I'm at the Bell Demon area. This is where we're going to find the first headless. I do want to quickly talk about that other mini boss because I got really lucky with that. Now normally the best strategy is of course use the umbrella in phase 2 and attack it whenever you get the opportunity and it's safe. But to power up the umbrella, one thing you can do is kind of just run into the balls on the ground, and that will actually power up your umbrella. It's going to shoot a giant ball at you. You can absorb that, and that will power you up. Yes, I know, very funny, absorbing balls, but that is something you can do. The other thing is anytime it teleports, find where it's at, rush it, use the umbrella, and then once the laser is done, attack it. Do it again, and it might laser again, and then after that, attack it. Very easy with the umbrella. It's kind of a cakewalk fight, to be quite honest. Now, let's talk about the headless. These guys are dangerous because of their terror. That's really the biggest problem. Now, we're going to use the whistle, so what we're going to do is we're going to buff up, then we're going to drop down to where it's at, try not to get hit, use your whistle, attack it like crazy once it's stunned. When you feel like the whistle is wearing off, use it again, attack it like crazy, and you should be able to actually kill it and end phase 1 right away. Now when it comes to the whistle, if you use the whistle a 3rd time, it's going to stun it, but not for very long. You might be able to get like 2 attacks off, maybe 3, and then what you want to do is bust out your umbrella and block. That way you will not get hit by the attack it's going to throw, and afterwards, you can go ahead and get rid of that. Attack it a little bit more if you like. Then just use the umbrella for the rest of the fight. Kind of avoid it. And anytime you get an opportunity, attack it with the umbrella. If you do that, this is pretty much a cakewalk. Now, let's go ahead and do it. We're going to be buffing up here. We're going to be using a lot of different things to help us with this. But we're going to have to deal with all 4 of these headless guys. And they're in different locations. So let's come over here. And now we can buff. The first thing is we are going to use the purple gourd so we can get some terror resistance. Now let's use the Tonto because we're gonna want the spirit emblems for sure. Let's heal. Now I'm actually gonna buff with one of these sugars because the items we're gonna get from this is really cool. So don't worry about the sugars. At this point, once you get these items, the sugars kind of become irrelevant. You can always still use them, but these items are awesome. Use the divine confetti, get your whistle ready, and let's hop on down over here. And now, let's try to not get hit in the beginning. Okay, let this thing attack. Now we can whistle. Okay, it's gonna stun. We can get some attacks off. Okay, now let's whistle again. It's gonna stun again. And just attack it like crazy. If it breaks like that, you should be able to finish it off. Now at this point, I'm going to whistle one more time. So whistle, and now I'm going to attack, pull out my umbrella, block that. Now I can attack a little bit more. Now I'm just going to use the umbrella from this point. Anytime I feel like I can get an attack in, I will. So attack, okay, block, watch out, it's going to teleport. Try to jump away whenever it does that to avoid it. Now let me go into this. It's going to attack me. And I'm just going to wait for an opportunity. Try to get behind if you can. And try not to mess up like me right there and get hit. Look at that terror damage, though. It's insane. It's definitely a good idea to get rid of that. Okay, let's use this now. Try to avoid it so you don't get grabbed. Main thing here is to try to get behind it if you can. Alright? And get a free hit on it. Let's do 2 hits because we had a lot of time there. Now, one more hit should actually finish this fight. So, there we go. Hit it. And that's it. GG. We got it. Now, the item we're going to get from this is going to be an item that we can use. And it's going to act as a sugar. So, this one is the attack buff sugar, basically. And it's going to cost us 3 spirit emblems to use that. So, now, when we're dealing with, like, normal enemies, if we want to, we can use that. So, that's really cool. Okay, so we're going to go to the second headless guy now. He's going to be in the hidden forest, so I'm going to cut this ahead, and I will see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, so I'm at the hidden forest now, and we're going to make our way over to him. So just drop down here, and then drop down, and now he's going to be, like, right over here. He's not going to attack us right away, so we have time to now buff, so let's use this. Now we can go ahead and heal that, and we can also use that new item, and buff our attack as well. Why not? There we go. And I guess I'll use the gourd again just for the terror resistance. And finally, I'm going to use another divine confetti, and we're just going to run up to him immediately and then whistle. So just run right up to him, whistle. That should stun him. Now we can attack him like crazy. These guys are going to be a little bit stronger than that first one, so keep that in mind. He should break here. Now I can get some damage on him. I need to try to avoid him. Whenever he's broken and you get rid of the mist, though, you can dodge. If the mist is there, though, you can't dodge. You're going to want to use the umbrella. Okay? So, I'm just going to try to avoid him and now get some damage on him to finish him off. There we go. Remember, they are a little bit stronger than the other one. We're going to do that now. Attack him. Push the umbrella. Now we can go ahead and get some more attacks on him. Let's block that. Now I'm just going to use the umbrella for the rest of the fight. Hit him. And now I'm just going to try to not get hit by him and counter him. Okay, whenever he breaks like that, I can do 2 attacks. So he's spinning. So he's about to disappear. And I'm about to run away. Honestly, what would be a good idea is to use another Tonto, because the spirit emblems are going away. So now, let's go ahead and just block all this. But it completely missed. Goal is to get behind him, wait for him to stop attacking. Now attack him. Okay, now he's attacking. Let's attack him. One more attack and this fight should be over. Alright, attack him. Fight's over. And take him out. So although he's stronger, he didn't hit me where the first one did. But that was just because I mistimed it. And that one is going to be the sugar that's going to let us become invisible. So now, I mean, that's so cool. Like, having that, I mean, just think about it for a moment. You have an unlimited amount of these, basically. It's going to cost you 3 emblems to use that. And now, you can be invisible to help you sneak up on things. It's a great item. Okay, so the next one is going to be in Sunken Valley. So, I am going to go there now. And I will see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, I'm at Sunken Valley, guys, and this is the first idol. We're going to turn around, and we're going to head over here. There's going to be these couple guys over here, so let's take them out real quick, just to get them out of the way. You can get stealth kill on this guy pretty easily. Now, just spam against this guy. You're going to see that I'm a lot stronger now, at least my attack is, and you can tell there. Let's go ahead and hop up, and now we can come over this way, hop up again, and we can wall hug. There is an item over here that I did miss in my video. This is where we got the prayer bead. Somebody pointed this out. I came back here to check it out. And yes, I did miss an item over here. I'll show you where it was. I picked it up already. I don't remember what it was, honestly. It was nothing important, though. But it was over here. So just jump over here. And there's like an ice wall. And that's where the item is. So let's go ahead and dive underneath now. And we're going to make our way over to the headless. We're going to do the exact same thing we did before. Remember, these ones are a little bit stronger than that first one, so I might not be able to take it out from just 2 whistles. You could technically, on the first phase, use all 3 whistles if you like. That is an option, and then just use the umbrella for the rest. But let's use this now. And we will buff up. And now, I think I might actually just use a normal buff. I think I will. I don't want to use the emblems. That's the problem. I need them for this fight. So now, let's go ahead and use this. Oh yeah, and the anti-terror. Let's use that as well. Alright, let's rush him and hit him with the whistle right away. So, whistle. And now he's stunned. We can attack him like crazy. Okay. Hit him with that. Now attack him like crazy. He should break. But now we need to be careful. Actually, he's broken. I don't know why I'm doing this. That's actually a bad idea. Okay, just attack him though. I could have just dodged him. But it's fine. Let's hit him with the whistle. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do this. I keep forgetting that you can get some attacks off there. Alright, now we're just going to use this, honestly. Alright, hit him. Use it again. We might have to use another Tonto. But, see, this is what I was talking about before. How you can kind of cheese him by getting behind him with the mist. Because he tries to turn around on you. I'm not actually buffing my umbrella, which is strange. Okay, block that. Now we need to avoid him. So just start jumping to get away from him. Alright, use this. Wait for his attack. Alright, come on. There we go. Let's attack him. Watch out. Just wait for him to be done. Or until you're behind him where he's not going to hit you. But he has like some really wide attacks. I'm going to hit him. Oh no. Okay, I need to back away. Okay, because we are out of spirit emblems. So we need to use one of these. Now we can heal. Let's block it. And I'm going to attack. Alright, use it again. One more attack should do it. Uh-oh. Not good. We need to back away. Dodge. Like crazy. Now let's hit him. Boom. Got him. And that's that. Like I said, this is absolutely the safest way of fighting them. And this one, this is going to be the one that lets you reduce your posture damage. So that's really cool as well. And now we got one more. He's going to be in the castle area. I'm not exactly sure without looking at it which idol it is. I'll tell you in a moment. But the final one is going to be underneath water. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this ahead, and I will see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, well I'm at the castle right now. This is the old grave idol, and now we can actually fight this final headless. For now, there is one more. I need to clarify that. There are 5 in the game, 1 for each sugar. The final one I don't have access to yet, but it's going to be the same thing as this one. You don't even need to use a confetti here, because this one is probably the easiest one. And the final one is going to be the same deal. It's going to be underneath the water, and that makes this fight a lot easier. If you want to use a confetti, you can. That will speed this up a little bit. But the main thing here is you're able to move like crazy like this. And being able to move allows you to pretty much avoid most of the attacks. The one attack I don't like is the one that it did earlier, because that stuff will chase you. Watch out. Gotta move, gotta move. Whenever it does that, you can run in, get an attack, maybe 2, and then get out. That's the big thing. Like, hit it, and then get out, and try not to get hit. We're waiting for the grab. Whenever it does its grab move, if we can get behind it, it's great. It is amazing for that. Okay, let's avoid it. As you can see, this is not bad at all. Watch out for that. Just keep moving until those things go away. So I'm just going to keep moving. It's doing it again. That's fantastic. But I'm really going to wait for those things. If you try to go in for an attack when those things are out, you're probably going to get hit by those things, because they will chase you like crazy. So just move around until they finally disappear. There we go. They're gone. Okay. You don't want to stay too close to it. If it does do its grab move, that's when you really can do some nice damage to it if you can get behind it. Attack it twice. You can also deflect. There's the grab move. Let's get behind it. Now we can do some good damage to it. Run away. You can hit it like maybe 4 times. As long as you're not close to it when the grab is there, you're not going to get really hit by it. But if you can get the back, that's always the safest. So just go ahead and move around like crazy. Okay, watch out. I think those things are gone now. Okay, did that. Let's go in for an attack. And honestly, at this point, it should be over. And there you go. That's all the headless that we can get right now. Like I said, the final one will be around the end of the game, to be quite honest. But that one is the best one because that's the one that's going to half your health but give you the big attack boost. Let's pick up the items. It's a bunch of coin purses. There's another item over here as well. And that particular sugar we just got, or that item, is going to be the one that will give us vitality defense. Now, over here there is another item, but I did show myself picking this up in one of the episodes, but I wanted to point that out. But at this point, now I'm going to try to avoid the enemies, and I'm going to idle out of here. I'm going to go get that flower, and then we can actually progress the story. So I'm going to cut this ahead, and I will see you guys in a moment. Alrighty guys, well I am at the castle now, and things are going to be different because we have the stone, we have the flower, and we have the mortal blade. Now there's going to be some strong enemies here, but they're not OP because a teabag of doom will destroy these guys. Now there are a couple things that can also help, like the spiral spear is actually really good against these guys. I have this on because I'm going to use this to go invisible at some point. And also the puppeteer skill is good here because you can get an ally. Just know that the ally can still damage you, which is kind of annoying, but it is balanced in that way. But we are going to be using the buff. This is going to give us the power of the mortal blade. This is going to extend our attack range, but also this is going to allow us to penetrate the enemy's defense. So if they're blocking us, we're still going to do damage to them. And with this, to be honest, you can kind of just R1 spam like crazy. It's a really good buff. Now, when you come to the castle, you're going to notice that everything is grayed out besides the abandoned dungeon entrance. So now, let's go ahead and do this. So there's going to be an enemy over here, and we can eavesdrop on him, but we're not going to. We're going to take him out. And one thing that you're going to notice is that a lot of the enemies are out of place, like those guys over there, but we're going to ignore them. This guy right here, he is going to be running for his life. Now you can do the buff right here if you like for the first strong enemy, but I am going to show you how to teabag and doom these guys because it's pretty easy. Just attack them until they deflect you. Once they do that, just deflect them with the teabag of doom, and look at that posture damage on that guy. It's insane. So the only thing you have to watch out for, they do have a thrusting attack that you can McCurry counter, but just watch out for that, and that's really about it. And that flying attack too, if that hits you, it does a lot of damage. But if you can deflect that, then you are pretty much good to go. And also, these guys do have hyper armor on some of their attacks, so be mindful of that. Okay, so there's a guy over here. He's dying. You can talk to him, pick up the item. Let's go ahead and drop down, get the spirit emblem, come over here, get this item. Now, we can go ahead and come over this way, dive underneath the water. There is an item down here we can pick up. And now we're going to go through this tunnel. Watch out. There's going to be a treasure carp in here, so let's take that out real quick. Now, there is an enemy coming up. We do not have to fight this enemy. This is kind of a shortcut. Really, if you're going to utilize this shortcut, you're probably just going to run for it. So that is something, but he's right up there. But yeah, you can go up there and then just kind of like run for it. And that's really what you want to do on like a second playthrough, because there's no point to come through here to take out all the enemies. You can sneak up behind this guy right here. Get a stealth kill on him, sneak up behind this one, take him out as well. Now, there is an idol that we can go and unlock, but we really don't have to. We've already done this area, and this is like the only area of the castle that doesn't really change at this point in the game. It's kind of strange. Every other area kind of changes, but that one doesn't, and I don't know why. But go ahead and grapple back up once you have the idol, and now we are about to go and get the castle idol. Now this area, there's going to be 3 strong guys, and they can potentially gank you, which you do not want, because that will be difficult. So let's go ahead and come up here, pick this up, and now I am going to use the sugar thing. Well, it's not the sugar, but I'm going to make myself invisible. I got that from the headless. Now we're going to run up here. This guy's going to be running for his life. Let's take him out, but let's buff our weapon. And now we're going to let this guy see us, or he's going to turn around like a dum-dum, which is fine. Okay. One of them did see us though. So pretty much pretend like this guy is the other guy. Run down the steps and he's going to chase us. Now we could just R1 spam like crazy. If he does attack us though, remember, he gets hyper armor. So watch out for that. Now what we can do is grapple up to the left over here. Grapple again. And this guy should be coming out here. And when he comes out, we can get behind him and take him out. Or we could do a jumping death blow as well. That's what I'm going to do, actually. Jumping death blow. But a lot of times, if this first guy does see you, he will chase you down the steps, take him out, go ahead and grapple up. Those two guys are going to come out together, and you can just jump on down, get behind them, take them out one at a time, and you're good. Now, if they do see you for some reason and they're both coming at you, you can always run away to de-aggro them and then just go and get them with stealth. So that's always an option. Now, let's go and get these items over here. There's going to be 2 of them. So let's grab this. We can come up here and grab this. You're going to hear a monster in here. You're like, what's that? You can see him through the door. It's a chained ogre. There's going to be 3 mini bosses in this area. And right now we have 1 prayer bead. If we get all 3 mini bosses, we're going to get 4 prayer beads and we can upgrade our health again, which is really nice. Now let's go ahead and drop down here. There's going to be 3 normal enemies down here. Take this guy out. Get ready to teabag and doom this guy because he's going to attack. Take him out. This rifle guy, we can go and take him out as well. There's going to be a strong enemy coming up here, so if you want to buff your weapon, you can. That's what I'm going to do. So sneak up behind this guy, get the stealth kill, buff the weapon. Now I'm going to back up a little bit. Remember, you get better range with your attack. So normally, whenever I have this going, I kind of just dodge a lot because I just attack like crazy. Watch out for that. Ooh. Okay, we got him. Definitely try to teabag and doom that flying move. Now up here, there's going to be a couple items we can pick up. And for this next part, we are going to be running for it. Because there's going to be a lot of enemies. They can gank you. It's pretty annoying. There's only a couple items and we will be grabbing them. So go ahead and grapple up again. Now we're going to grapple across here. Now just run, drop on down, grab this item here. Now we can grapple here, grapple there. Watch out for this guy. He's going to be throwing stuff at us. So grapple up to him and we can rush him. He hit me, but we're going to get our health back here. Take him out. Let's go ahead and pick this up. And now we can grapple across. Same deal here. We're going to run for it. There's a lot of dogs over here. A lot of these guys over here. So just avoid them. Drop on down here. There's going to be an item down here. Pick this up. This is actually kind of a safe spot too from the enemies. And we can come over here. Jump. Grapple up again. Avoid the dogs. And now we can grapple up here. And we are back to this idol now. So let's go ahead and rest at this one to restore it. Now, what we can do is we can come behind this guy. This guy is in the same spot as before, so take him out. There's going to be a new enemy over here, but he is not going to know we're here. Sneak up behind him. Now, this spot right here is completely optional, okay? You really don't have to do this, so keep that in mind, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to go invisible with that item, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak up behind this one strong one, and I'm going to buff my weapon. Because this is the one that's kind of dangerous in here. This is kind of a gank. Okay, so take him out. Buff the weapon. Honestly, a firecracker might be good. But we can separate these guys by running away. One of them will chase us. The other one might stay back. But I want to use my buff here. Because these guys will get destroyed by the buff. Oh, watch out. Okay. But yeah, as long as you're attacking like crazy, these guys will just get destroyed by this buff. It is ridiculous on how strong that is against them. Okay, now the reason we came in here was to grapple up here to get this item. Like I said, this is kind of pointless because this is just pellets. Who cares? But we can go ahead and do this now. Throw the shard at this guy. If he walks forward, we can jump on him. So hit him twice if he doesn't. Now we can jump. Go ahead and get him with the jumping death blow. Take this guy out real quick. Alright. Take out this woman here. Boom. And there we go. Now, there is an idol that we can go and get. So let's go and get the idol just to restore it. There is a mini boss up here and an item. So let's pick up the item. Now, the mini boss we will be fighting, but not yet. Now, at this point, it might be a good idea to rest. I kind of want to restore my emblems. I think I will actually rest. Because what we can do for this part, there's going to be 2 enemies. And we can just buff. If we buff, we can destroy these guys. Remember that. So sneak up behind this guy. Let's take him out. Now we can buff. And now I'm just going to spam like crazy. And this guy shouldn't be able to do anything against me. He can try, but my R1 spam is strong. Now let's come on down here. Get this guy real quick with a death blow. I'm going to firecracker this thing because this thing is annoying. It has a lot of range to it. But with these things, you really just want to R1 spam like crazy. And remember, oh my god, that actually hurt. But remember, with this buff, you actually have extended range to your attacks. And it's just really, really nice. Now, let's go ahead and come up here. We're going to find Emma up here. Now, if you talk to them, it's kind of weird, I'll be honest. It's kind of strange because they're not like freaking out. They don't even say anything about what's going on. There's all these ninjas roaming around, and they're just chilling. And it's like, what are they doing? Now, you can't eavesdrop on them here, but there's an item over here we can pick up. And there's also a chest over here, but this is going to be a lore note. So you can read this, and I'm not. Now, if you want to eavesdrop on them, you can actually come over here and do that. So do that real quick, eavesdrop. But like I said, if you talk to them, they're not really going to say anything special. They're just going to be like, oh, how you doing? It's kind of strange. All right, so I'm going to use the idol because I'm lazy. I don't want to run back and run through all the enemies. But I'm going to go back to that first idol that was in this area. And then we are going to fight the chained ogre. Alrighty, so we need to put the flame vent on. If you have this one, this is definitely the best one because you can spam it. You will have to hit this guy twice to set him on fire. He has a higher fire resistance than the other one. So with this one, you can just go ahead and use it twice really quickly. It's really, really nice. But you can also use oil for this. But if you have this one, you don't need to worry about oil. But if you hit an enemy with oil, it's going to make it a lot easier to set them on fire. You can also hold down the button to set this guy on fire, but it's going to knock you so far back that it's really not worth it. The big problem with this is the spirit emblems. We're going to have to use 6 every time we set them on fire. So keep that in mind. Alright, let's go ahead and take this guy out. Now the strategy is whenever we're attacking this thing, try to not lock on. Because if you don't lock on, then it's going to be a lot easier to actually dodge the attacks that he's going to throw at us. So that's what we're going to do. But we're going to start the fight by doing a death blow. We're going to wait about a second. Hit it with the fire. We're going to hit it twice. It's going to be set on fire. We're going to attack it like crazy. And then when it attacks us, we're going to dodge, counterattack. It's going to stun. Do some more damage, dodge, set it on fire, and just repeat that. After setting it on fire 3 times, it should be dead. Now to get the death blow, just go ahead and come right here. You want to slightly jump off and try to jump on its head. If you mess it up, you can just go ahead and quit out and try again because you really don't want to mess this up. So go ahead and use the Tanto just to get more spirit emblems, and we can also buff our attack because why not, we have it. Now let's go ahead and hop off slightly, get to his head, stab him in the face. Now to start the fight, you can be locked on here if you like, but fire, fire. Now attack him like crazy. Try to get to the side of him if possible. This is good because he has to turn around. Now we can dodge away. Watch out, that's a drop kick. Now we can try to get some attacks off. He's going to be stunned here. Alright, avoid him. Fire, fire. Now just attack him like crazy. Okay. Now it might be a good idea to let the fire go away. We can just kind of run away from him for now. And wait for that fire to go away. There's not a lot of space in this room, which is kind of a bummer. But let's just hit him with a charged attack. Now it's going to knock us back, but he's on fire. We can get a couple attacks off, and he is done. There is a locked door in here. I'm not going to open the door because there's enemies over there. So I don't see the point. But you're also going to get the shinobi medicine here. So now we can heal more, which is nice. On my first playthrough, though, I actually did open this door and then he killed me. I came back and I got one of the enemies with a backstab, made him my puppet, and I made the enemy fight the ogre. That was really funny. The guy was able to actually take off half of the ogre's health, which was really cool. Now, if we come over here, let me put the firecrackers back on for this next part. There's going to be this salt guy over here. I guess I did this just in case you didn't do the merchant's quest. You can still do it at this point. But let's take him out and then take this guy out. I don't know why the music is still playing. Very odd. But now we can actually go invisible for this part. And this should be really, really good. So you can eavesdrop on this guy, but we're just going to go ahead and sneak up behind him and take him out real quick. There we go. Now let's get behind this guy and take him out. By the way, there are a couple mini bosses coming up, and they are quite annoying because the first one here is actually going to have like no space in the room. It's really annoying. Now just jump up here and we can get behind this thing, take this out. Now this area, you can actually skip this area if you want. All you're going to get here is a heavy coin purse, and that's it. But I'll show you how to do this area if you're interested. Take this guy out. Now we can go and mess with the idol. In fact, you know what? I'm going to fight the other mini boss guy first because I think that that one's even easier than this one. I'll explain in a moment, but let's finish up this area. So mess with the idol. And now we can go ahead and drop down on the roof down here. And we can use this again to go invisible. Let's go ahead and hop on down. And now we can take out this enemy right here. There we go. Now let's go up to the tower to get the cannon guy. Take him out. Alrighty. Now there's going to be an enemy over here that we can get. So let's just go ahead and jump up. And we can take this thing out. We're probably going to need it to use another sugar here to go invisible. So let's just use it now. Why not? We can go ahead and grapple up. Get this enemy right here. And at this point, we can go ahead and just do a jumping death blow. Or not. That's fine. I messed that up. Okay, take these guys out. Now we can go ahead and take out the final two enemies. The first one we can just sneak up behind, no problem. The other one, you can go ahead and eavesdrop on this guy. And he will be hostile, but when you actually do take him out, he is going to give us the heavy coin purse. So, let's go ahead and firecracker him to stun him, do some damage to him. I'm going to back up. Firecracker him again. Ha ha ha. You're not going to jump on me, fool. Watch out when he deflects you. He's really, really fast. So you really have to be quick with your teabag of doom against him. But once you take that guy out, you're going to get the heavy coin purse. Now, I'm not exactly sure, but I think maybe that might be the badger guy. Because the badger guy is no longer there in that one room. I could be wrong on that. I can't hear what he's saying with the eavesdrop, but who knows. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we are now going to actually travel back to the dojo area to fight this mini boss first, because I personally think this one is actually easier than the other one, because you have a lot more room and you actually have a lot more options as well. So I'm going to cut this ahead. I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, now you have a couple options here. Option one is you can actually get a stealth kill and make this one guy your puppet. If you do that, you can gank this mini boss. Now, if you're going to gank him, be careful because the other guy can actually damage you. Like I said before, it's kind of annoying, but it is kind of fun to gank this guy. What I recommend to do is let him fight the other guy, and then you can actually just use the spiral spear on him from distance and do a ton of damage to him that way, and you'll mess him up. Now, the guy is probably going to die in phase 2, so keep that in mind, and you're going to have to fight him for the final phase. Now, you're going to have a lot of room to actually move around, which is nice, unlike the other guy, which is really annoying. The other option is to use the buff. Now, with the buff, you can actually just R1 spam this guy like crazy. Whenever he jumps in the air, though, you do need to try to either teabag a doom or dodge, because he's going to have a hyper armor. He might get a couple hits on you, but you can literally just R1 spam like crazy and take him out. I'm going to use the buff. You can also use the umbrella against these guys. It does work, so that is something. Okay, let me go ahead and buff up my attack. And now let's sneak up behind this guy on the left. He's kind of hidden there to trap you. Now we can buff, and at this point, we can just start spamming like crazy. Just spam away. Okay, he's going to do his little kick combo. We can dodge forward on that at the end. And if we're really quick about this, what's really cool is I think the buff is better because now we still have the buff for phase 2. Now the guy, if we were being slower, that guy would be dead by now because it's going to take a lot longer for us to actually do that. Okay, let's just try to teabag a doom, some of these attacks. Alright, our buff's gone now. Alright, let's attack him. Dodge that. He's going to sweep. We can jump on him. I meant to attack him there, but it kind of sent me flying backwards. Alright, watch out. Jump up, hit him. Now we can just hit him again. Okay. Just gonna let him attack me. Whoa, there we go. We got him. Now these guys might require a little bit of practice just because you might not be very familiar with fighting them. But the main thing is if you can jump and kick them in the face whenever they sweep, that's a great way of doing posture damage. If they do their kick combo, then you can just go ahead and Makiri counter the final hit of that kick. It's always going to be a thrusting kick, and it's really, really easy to actually get that. Once you can do those two things, you can pretty much fight them and then just attack them a little bit. Teabag of Doom. It's not so bad. Alright, so now it's time to go and get the other guy. So I'm going to cut this ahead. I'm going to see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, let me go ahead and use this to go invisible to take these guys out. Now remember, this one is going to be the same deal as the last one, pretty much the same enemy. The big difference is the space. We can get a stealth kill on this guy, which will make it a little bit easier, I guess. But the space is awful for this fight. There is something you can do to kind of limit it. I'll actually talk about it. But let's rush this big guy right here and take him out. You can always practice against these guys right here to try to get you used to fighting these dudes. But yeah, the big thing is to try to counter their kicks and all their different moves that they do. If you can do that, then you should have no problem. He didn't do his sweep there. That was odd. Here's going to be his kick combo. And I actually got him before the Makiri counter, but whatever. Pick this stuff up. We can come over here and pick up the item now. Now, one thing you can do is actually aggro him and run away. He will chase you, and he can actually chase you out here to this little forest area. There's a lot more room out here to fight him, so that is something. It's not like a ton of room, but it's better than where we're gonna fight him, and that is the big problem. There's gonna be some dogs down here, so let's go and take them out. The first dog, I guess I'll just try to deflect it. These dogs are like annoying. I don't know what's wrong with these dogs. They don't want to attack. There we go. They like to stalk you like crazy, but they don't like to attack, which is just odd. Come on, doggy, attack me. Don't make me use a firecracker. I'm gonna use a firecracker. You are annoying me. There we go. Got the dog. So yeah, you can aggro this guy and run out here, and he will chase you out here. And then once you run away, he will turn around to return. You can run up on him, get the stealth kill, and fight him out here where there's a lot more room to kind of move around. Because we're going to fight him in this little tiny small hut up here. Now these guys can also poison you, by the way. You can eavesdrop on this dude as well. So you might want to use like an antidote powder to get some resistance if you want. That is something you can do. Remember, you can use the umbrella as well. That is an option. It can actually help against these guys. But we are going to do that. And now let's sneak up behind him. And yeah, look at this room. It's like no space. He will try to buff here, so just attack him in the beginning. Okay. Alright, watch out for his attacks. I'm just going to eat that. I'm going to jump on him. Now attack him. Alright. Let him do something here. That's kind of a new move, I guess. That's his kick combo. Uh-oh. I got lucky there that did not hit me. Alright. Let's go ahead and smack him. If I would have got that, though, that would have been great. Here's the poison. Watch out for that. That can absolutely destroy you. There we go. I know it doesn't look hard, but you gotta trust me. On my first playthrough, this guy made me rage so freaking hard. He murdered me so many times, and I was just running around in circles. Like, oh my god, what do I do? Just run around. Imagine if he's trying to fight you here. There's no space! And in that tiny little room, there's like barely anywhere to dodge, and it's just annoying. A lot of his attacks, especially if you're not good at doing the counters, you're going to try to dodge away from them, and it's just annoying to deal with. But that's why you really got to do the counters. But now we have the 4 prayer beads, so let's go ahead and use that. And we are going to increase our health, which is awesome. Alrighty guys, well, I'm going to save the boss for the next episode, so I'm going to end the episode here. I really hope that you have enjoyed it and that this has helped. If it has, will you please like the video for me? Be sure to subscribe for future videos, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day, and peace out.